All right, everybody, I am back with a brand new DC update. And I really didn't plan on doing an update today, but I was at PT this morning, doing physical therapy for my car accident, and I got inundated with a bunch of messages and posts about something that I discussed in my video yesterday that is apparently true. And we have to talk about this in regards to Superman. And I'm going to talk about something in this video that I said I was never going to talk about on my channel, but it has to be brought up at this stage because of what is happening and how it's all connected. So in my last video, I shared how there was supposedly a scene, well, not a scene, a running theme in Superman where there were these mutant monkeys that are working for Lex, and they keep inundating social media with the hashtag supershit in an attempt to upset Superman, which it does, apparently. And apparently this story is true. And I'm actually calling on Warner Brothers at this stage. I know they know my channel. They've actually canceled the DC Insiders thing that you could be a part of to where you can get all the information coming up. They actually canceled my membership. I can't even sign up for it. I stopped getting emails after the first one, and I can't sign up. It says I've already used that email, and I'm not getting anything from them. And it's not going to my trash. Like, they definitely know who I am. And I've got to call on them to step in at this stage and do something. Like, this cannot happen this way in this film. James Gunn has made Superman about himself. It's not about Superman. This is about James Gunn. In the past, James Gunn has said that this character represents everything that he feels he is, okay? On top of that, James Gunn has also talked about his dog, how Crypto ended up in the film. And he's got his dog. He modeled it after his dog. And he said, I just envisioned what would happen if my dog had superpowers. So it's not about portraying Crypto from like the comics or using the right version of the dog from the comics, even though there have been other versions in the past. But the main version, instead of using the main version, he's inserting his dog into this film. On top of that, we have this whole hashtag thing. Now, what I don't like to talk about and don't want to talk about on my channel, and I'm not going to share these here, but I encourage everybody to go online and find out why James Gunn was fired from Disney before Guardians of the Galaxy 3. People need to know at this stage. Okay, because it is very relevant right now. It is relevant. He did, from what I understand, he did over 10,000. Now, think about this. 10,000 of these tweets. And it has to do with a subject that should never be joked about, should never be talked about. It's absolutely vile and disgusting. He had over 10,000 of these tweets. And he got fired over it. So now he's on this revenge binge, right? He's also getting backlash about Superman. So what is he doing? He's taking his pain, he's taking his experiences, and he's inserting it into Superman and making Superman feel these things. That has nothing to do with Superman. Dude, like, what are you doing? This is not a Superman story. This is the James Gunn story. He wants to make it about himself. Through and through. He's gone silent on social media since these reports came out. They've got a problem. Warner Brothers has a very serious problem at this stage. This film is going to fail if they go this route and do what they're doing and let it become a full-on James Gunn production. Not just him behind the scenes, but making it about himself. To know that he was fired because of these tweets and to allow him to put this storyline into the movie is going to do nothing other than bring all of this crap back up to begin with, and people are going to start doing their research. What has Warner Brothers allowed to happen to this film? Like, my gosh, I was shocked when I found this out. The ramifications of doing a storyline like this and making it a theme through Superman is incredibly short-sighted. Like, this has got to be the most tone-deaf thing I have ever seen a movie studio do and the director of a film do. It's gutsy. Like, you got to have some cojones to sit here and do all of this stuff and make it about yourself. He obviously does not understand how important this character is, and it's becoming more clear day by day. This movie should not be released like this. Warner Brothers has to step in and do something at this stage, because holy freaking crap. And, you know, what's crazy about this too, you just look at James Gunn's style. He likes to make everything into something completely silly. We already saw the clip, the full clip from Crypto in the snow. Somebody did a very funny Saturday Night Live skit to go along with it to show you how ridiculous it was, and it is. We already know that he stepped in The Flash. Originally, it was going to be at the end. Instead of George Clooney's Batman, it was going to be Michael Keaton's Batman in there, and that's how it was going to lead to the Batgirl film. But at the last minute, James Gunn came in and decided to use George Clooney, which was the most ridiculous Batman film that has ever been released. And that's what James Gunn does. This guy has a problem. And I'm sorry, if this is the DC you want, I want nothing to do with it. Like, this is some crazy stuff at this stage. I cannot believe these reports that are coming out. Like, what has happened to Warner Brothers? What has happened to DC? How was that guy put in charge? So yes, at this stage, I encourage everybody to go back and look at what he's done in the past. I'm sorry. There are things people can be judged for and things that can happen. You cannot claim that 10,000 tweets were a joke and that he's just sorry for them. That's something he's going to have to answer for these things in the future. There's no question about it. 10,000 tweets is not a joke. Crap, I've had my channel up, or my X account up for a long time. I don't even have 10,000 tweets. And this was a decade ago. How old is he? So he was doing these tweets in his 40s or 50s? This isn't an 18-year-old. It's not a 20-year-old. It's not a 25-year-old doing this. This was a full adult who was doing this. Like, 10,000 tweets on this subject is egregious. It is disgusting. It is vile. It is unacceptable. It's not a freaking joke. And now you're inserting this experience into Superman. Superman is not going to be allowed to be Superman. If you've seen the teaser trailer, he is beat down. He is depressed. And I actually had somebody come in yesterday into my comments and say, well, Henry Cavill was like that the whole time. In fact, they said Henry Cavill looked mean. And I said, no, Henry Cavill never looked mean. Henry Cavill looked confident. He looked like Superman. He looked like he was going to take care of business. That's not what they're going for with this Superman. They're making him beat up, depressed, upset over social media posts. Lois Lane is going to end up being the alpha male in this movie. Guaranteed. Superman is not going to be allowed to be Superman. He's going to have to be beat down. He's going to have to become second tier in this film. This is what they've reduced this character to. Like, come on. What the heck is going on? Warner Brothers needs to step in. All right, guys, I had to get this video out there. What are your thoughts about this situation below? And I'm sorry, I'm not going to breach the subject of what those tweets were because it's just disgusting. It just sickens me to my bones. And I don't even want to talk about it or share them. They are out there. You can go see them. There are websites that are dedicated to showing you what has gone on in the past. And he's going to bring these things front and center again. He's got nobody to blame but himself. All right, guys, there's my update for the day. I will be back later this week with regular updates. I just can't believe what's going on. Like, this is like a freaking nightmare. All right, guys, we will see you on the next video.